Hi guys, so some of you have just went from Periscope onto YouTube because I just did a Periscope and the connection was lousy. So this is a video that I started on there. Some of you were able to listen to it. If not, and if you've just stumbled across this, then brilliant, then this is brand new for you. So this, I want to talk about how to deal with people who irritate you, how to deal with people that you hate, that you dislike, that grate on your nerves. We all have them. And unfortunately, sometimes we need to be around those people. So it might not be as, excuse me, I've got a bit of a sore throat. It might not be as straightforward as just avoid that person. Obviously, sometimes that's necessary. We can't all get on. That's never going to happen, and that's okay. You might be watching this and thinking, you really grate on my nerves, Geordie girl. And that's totally fine. And we might not get on, and that's totally fine. That's life. We can't all get on. We're all different. But there are times whether we have to work with people, whether we have to live with people, whether we have to have people in our family that just really push our buttons and really get on our nerves, or that we actually really hate. I'm not an advocate of hating anything because it just doesn't help. It's not good, and it only ever makes you feel rubbish. So first of all, we need to work on that. How do we get away from all that anger and stress? Because ultimately, from a selfish point of view, it's us that's going to feel that discontentment, and it's us that are going to feel crap. Okay? So we need to get away from that. Now, I've always done meditation and self-help and things like that of some sort. And in the last 2 years, I've done Buddhist meditation. I wouldn't class myself as a Buddhist, but I do believe in a lot of their principles. And they don't have, I don't believe in God, and but it's all about, facing your reality, letting go of stuff and things like that, and it all sits very well with me. We did a class this week on this exact topic of how to deal with people that annoy you. Now, I did a really good acting lesson a long time ago that really stuck with me. As an actor, you're pretending to be other people. Now, as people, we don't hate ourselves. Excuse me, we understand our reasoning for doing things. We understand, I'm like choking it with such dry throat. Excuse me, it is that time of year in the UK and I'm picking up all sorts. We understand as actors, we as people, we understand our reasons for things, and as an actor, we have to portray that person from their point of view. We aren't portraying the actor from an outsider's point of view because we're playing them. So it has to be real and true to them as people. So in this class, the acting teacher asked us to think of someone that we hate. So I want you to do that now. I want you to think about someone that you really dislike. It takes us all of about 2 seconds to think of someone that annoys us, doesn't it? Isn't that terrible that we can... And instantly you're like there, like bubbling and your stomach's churning because everybody has those people that just grate on us. So we had to think of that person. Then they said, in isolation, on your own, just be that person. Just, making some food, pottering about, reading a book, whatever. So we all did that. And then we got the chance to watch other people. And when we watched, we realised the performances were shocking. Because they were parodies of those people. They weren't how those people were. They weren't how those people saw themselves. They were how we saw them. Put onto them. So it was an interesting thing. And then he asked us to play those characters, but with 2 different things beforehand. We had to think about one thing that person was better at than us, and one thing that person was really good at. And what that did was allow us to think about it from a different point of view, from how they were with other people, how they were with their children, whatever it was. It made us think about them from a more positive light. And what it did was it meant our performances were way, way better because they were realistic. Because people, we aren't black and white. We are very grey. Oh my goodness, this video is just going to be me coughing the whole way through. So sorry. We aren't black and white. We're nuanced people with lots of different layers. And so we can't think about things from the point of view of how we see people, because we're putting our own things on people there. So when someone annoys you, what you're doing is you're almost meditating on the things that irritate you about them. So you're thinking, why are they eating so loud? They're eating so loud for? Is there any need to eat that loud? Why do they keep talking to me? Whatever it is. And there was a great story that a lady at my Buddhist class told about a lady who came to her work that wore these shoes that she didn't like. And she said they were really old, disgusting shoes. They were all gaping holes in them. And she just, every day she thought, why does she wear those shoes? What is she wearing those shoes for? They're so disgusting. What does she think she looks like? And it really annoyed her. Whatever reason, it irritated her every day, and she was thinking about it. And as somebody who actually classes herself as a Buddhist and as a calm person, she had to address why she thought like this and how she could change her own mindset, because Buddhism is all about switching your own mindset and creating your own reality. So she was looking at this one and she thought, perhaps if I gave this lady a compliment, it might shift my mindset on it. So the next day she said to the lady, I really like your shoes. Where did you get them from? In her mind thinking, they're disgusting. And the lady beamed. She was so overjoyed to get a compliment on her shoes, and she said, oh my God, they're my favourite shoes. I love these shoes. I wear them all the time. They're super comfortable. I've had them for years. I know I should throw them out, but I just love them. My mum bought them for me. Now, what did that do to the lady that told me this story was that it made her go, oh, what a really nice, like, oh, bless her, how sweet. You know, she loves these shoes, and she was so warm, and she told the story with such warmth that made her beam. And so the next time she came into work, the lady that told me the story just said, I didn't feel this hatred towards the shoes. They weren't irritating me as much. She wasn't irritating me as much because I realised the background and how it made that person feel. So that's a really good lesson, that we need to realise that, you know, there are going to be people that irritate you, but you don't always know their story. You don't always know where that's coming from, where that anger is coming from. Now, that doesn't necessarily make it easy to deal with. But what I want you to do now is those people that you thought of straight away on your list of hated or disliked or irritating people, I want you just to think of a list of things that they're good at, things that are good qualities about that person. And that can be hard when someone irritates you. It can be really difficult to think of those things. But say, for example, it is that person that won't shut up at work and you think, why are they still talking? You could think they're very sociable. Not amazing, is it? Or you could think about how they relate to other people. So how other people see them. So if it's your dad and he really irritates you, but he's actually great with other people, you could think about how other people see him, or how they relate to children or animals, or, you know, even from the other side is pity. There's some people that are so angry, but maybe you have an understanding of why they might be, and even though that's difficult to be around, having that pity and thinking, I'm really sad for you, in your mind thinking, I'm really sad that you are so angry, and it must be a really painful place to be in your head. It must be really sad that you feel that angry. Now, okay, this doesn't always work. Sometimes you still want to wring their neck, but a lot of the time it alleviates your anger because you go, wow, I would not want to be that person. They are so full of anger and so full of irritation. What a messy place to be in their head. And that's what you need to try and work on, whether it's pity or whether it's thinking about their good qualities. It's just going to dampen that fixation on their bad qualities and just try and make you think about it from another point of view, because you can't control the other person. You can only control what's in your own mind. And if you change the way you see the world, the way the quote is, hang on. You change the way you see the world you see changes, or something like that. It's totally not the right one. Anyway, something like that. I've got a massive cough. I'm going to cough again on the video if I don't stop talking. My point is, we can't all get on, but we have to find ways to just alleviate that anger and not meditate on their bad points. Obviously, walk away if needs be. Don't be around that person if you can help it. But when people irritate you, just inwardly smile and think, you're super annoying, but I'm glad I'm not you. And that's all.